about how they solve them, I guess, because
because nobody wants to face what they did.
Because but you still
You got to be a man to deal with this.
Okay, let's say we
right,
but we still have to look at a solution of how do you pull yourself out of that. And
it's an easy solution.
Black people need to maybe work together.
You know what the solution is?
What's that?
Social media has become a place that if you're charismatic enough and you can create a character that's funny, people tune in to watch, you can make a lot of money. And one of these ways in the last couple of years where people have been making a lot of money is off of the black community. A lot of the W supremacists that's online, they tend to use a lot of black conservatives as their mascots, right? To go out and be very performative and use their talking points to espouse on the black community, right? They prop these people up, the Brandon Tatums and the Candace Owens and the Hodge Twins and all of these different people, they prop them up, right, in front of the world, in front of everybody, and say, see, it's not racist. Look at what they're saying, knowing that they don't speak for the community. We already know that people like Jason Whitlocks and stuff, people like Nick Fuentes and all those W supremacists, suspected W supremacists, they have already called them out and called them tokens and said that they would do anything for $1. Sell out their own people. They already been told this, right? Well, Jake Shields is another person that's a well-known suspected W supremacist, and he likes to talk about the black community all the time. Because what they've done, they've latched on to the issues within the black community, and they like to talk about Chicago and talk about all kinds of things all kinds of issues that we got going in our community for their own financial gain. And people latch on to it, right? So Jake Shields, he's doing an interview with the Hodge Twins, who are biracial, and they love to really disrespect and talk about their black side, right? They talk like this.
So I was just reading the audience questions from reading a little bit. And God damn, my audience is racist.
I think everybody is, though. But they only penalize white people for being racist.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
It's good to have these conversations, though, because it's like, it's not good for black people either. I don't know why black people have sheltered these people for so long.
I don't think they give a shit, to be honest with you. Look like they would, they paying the price, though. Yeah, it's like black communities are so destroyed. Like, I just seen Cam Higbee. He's doing what Charlie Kirk was doing. He went on a HBCU campus. And those black people ran him off campus. Africa. I only like to call myself black because people try to put you in a box. You got to behave a certain way, dress a certain way, talk a certain way. I don't like that.
You guys are split, right? Half white, half black.
So the Cam Higbee dude, you know, he's going around HBCUs to gaslight. Now, we know right now with the tension that's going on in America with the food stamp cuts and Charlie Kirk was just unalived, at that time, had just been unalived on a Utah college campus. HBCUs was receiving unalived threats. There was a lot of different things that was going on in this country. You have all kinds of black conservatives and W supremacist groups saying all kinds, using the black community as their template for crime. Just us. Talking about us and National Guard going into communities, and they're basically labeling us as the criminals of criminality. They're not talking about all the things that go on in the W community. They're only talking about us. So when he goes onto this college campus, right, these young kids are turned up because you're feeding them trauma every day. And then they go and turn the camera and say, well, look at these black people. Look at these primates. Look at the way that they're behaving. No, he wasn't invited. He wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. Then you create this thing called black fatigue, right? Black fatigue. The very people that's responsible for unaliving millions of Native Americans, millions of our people, creating policies, right, that harmed our people. You got black fatigue? To the point where you got young black folks on here echoing those sentiments saying this.
Racist, and I know y'all have been told this is racist, but it's not. It's not racist to call black people out for their behavior and what they're doing to society at this moment. I'm glad people are noticing this because it's been so many years and it's finally catching up to y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all that white people are tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all too, but everybody, the world is getting sick of y'all and y'all's bullshit. I'm so glad this day is here.
So everybody wants to be in on having a conversation on how to save the so-called black community, right? While at the same time not wanting to do the actual things that it takes to actually help fix it. They want to just make money off of having a conversation about the black community because they know a lot of the racists like to jump in on that, right? Because it takes the attention off of W fatigue and all the things that go on in this country that W folks do, right? I can go all day about that. But Jake Shields, he went outside of his comfort zone. And he started talking. He had a conversation with with a brother with General Yohana, the commander-in-chief of the ISUBK, who are Black Hebrew Israelites. And he had a conversation with General Yohana about this so-called black fatigue and why they even have conversations about the black community. And it went something like this.
How they solve them, I guess, because
nobody wants to face what they did.
But you still
You got to be a man to deal with this.
Okay, let's say though.
Right.
But we still have to look at a solution of how do you pull yourself out of that. And
It's an easy solution.
Black people need to maybe work together.
You know what the solution is?
What's that?
Real simple. The United States has 50 states, right?
Yeah.
Black people are 15% of the population, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take 15% of the land mass of the United States, turn it over to black people and call it Black America. Let them establish a government, get the CIA out of our neighborhoods, and we'll migrate the hell up out of here, give you every beautiful city, and we'll go build an empire like you've never seen before.
Now, see, Jake Shields is admitting that they screwed over black folks for generations, for centuries. He's admitting that. But at the same time, he's against reparations, right? But this is the hypocrisy. See, a lot of these people are proud of their accomplishments and what they've done to other people. See, what we call the devil, to them is a normal way of life, right? Big bank take little bank, right? If you're not strong enough to protect what you got, we coming to take it. We coming to eat it. Everything's looking to grab and eat something on this planet. And if you're not strong enough with the resource that you have, then we have every right, sovereign right to govern over you. We're coming to take it. So yeah, we screwed you over. So what? You don't deserve nothing. We screwed you over. Now you're acting crazy and making us uncomfortable. And we're trying to figure out how we can get you guys to act right now. That's all he's saying in all but such a nice way. But then you get the mascots like the Hodge Twins, right? That come on here. They're trolling and doing a whole bunch of goofiness, right? Goofiness. Jake Shields, the Hodge Twins, all of these people are mocking the black community. And they're holding the mirror up to us. We're watching and seeing all this kind of stuff, right? Jake Shields don't give a darn about black people at all. At all. This is just for entertainment for him, right? They're proud of what they've done to us in this country, right? But let's look at some more what the Hodge Twins say about black folk.
People can move out. You call it white flight, but black people can't move out of an area. You can't call it black flight. It's like a double standard. People move all the time. Soon as I got some money, I got the hell up out the hood. I said, I'm going to find me a nice, clean, white area. I hope. And you know what? I live in a good, nice, clean, white area now, man. Guess who's my neighbor? Just moved in. Damn black guy. So, man, I got to move. Look, no, I'm not moving. Look, I'm going to move because he's black. Look, why you keep trying to perpetuate racism in this country? Hey, look, I moved out here to Vegas about a year ago. I'm surrounded by white people. Yeah. None of them left. They still there. Hell, when I go outside, they even wave at me. How you doing, Keith? I'm doing great, Larry. Beautiful day out today, ain't it? When's your next video? Trump 2020.
Man, I guarantee you give these black people reparations 2-3 years later, you know what? That wasn't enough. I need some more money, white people. You need to cough it up because for some reason I didn't spend all my damn money and I'm broke. It'll never be enough. And they'll never get rid of this belief that white people are racist. That's never going to go away. Black people can see white people as racist.
I think if you
because they've been indoctrinated by Democrats.
Hey, Keith,
I used to think the same way. I used to think the same way when I was young and black and dumb.
Now, I've done countless videos about what happened to us after slavery. We talked about the Devil's Punch Bowl, the Elaine Massacre. We talked about Tulsa and Rosewood, Wilmington, North Carolina, and so many different cities, and countless cities that was burned down, right? We talk about New York City and Central Park, the Central Park area, and that part, Seneca Village, and all the different things that's happened to us here, right? I mean, things that's forgotten about in history, how things that's been written out of history, right? But they want to talk about black fatigue. They want to talk about how they allow W folks to develop themselves, right, after the New Deal in this country, right? By creating the Levin family, creating Levittown, and creating suburbs for W folks, allowing them to acquire wealth through home equity of home ownership, right? When they wasn't giving us loans to get the homes, right? We talked about the insurance policies that allow white folks to acquire wealth through insurance policies, where we already sued these companies. I got all kinds of videos on how the federal government created ghettos, right? But one thing that the general said of ISUBK said, talking to Jake Shields, in regards to the people of Israel, right? Now I have my views about that, but this ain't that video. I'll focus more on FBA. I don't listen, let the Jews in Israel do what they do. As a black American in FBA, I'm going to do what I do. I'm on their platforms. There's no reason for me to be disrespectful or disparaging. But something that the brother from General Yohanan says something that after the Holocaust and what the Jews went through, it was something that they wasn't asked to do, that black Americans have been constantly asked to do. Watch how he break this down. Check this out.
I tell people all the time, what you ask us to do, you would have never asked the Jews after World War II. Imagine if you told the Jews after World War II, you got to go back to Germany. Even though they raised this against you, you got to work with the Germans. And even if it takes 100 years, you got to try to, show the Germans that you're a human. That's what we had to do. Mm-hmm. They didn't go for that. They got the hell out of there. The minute they got a chance at the state of Israel, they got the hell away from the Germans. And to this day, Jake, almost 50 years later, over 50 years later, the Germans are still paying reparations to them.
Yep, they are.
Now, what did we get? What did we get?
Much.
We had to be forced to try and live with our slave master who was lynching us, castrating us, burning us up in pots, lynching and everything else. We had to learn how to live with that kind of a man. Yeah. You understand?
Yeah. So I'm opposed to reparations, but I would rather give you reparations than it's insane to me that we do that. If we had
Are you opposed to paying a man for what he's worked for? Are you opposed to that?
I would be willing to have the conversation.
Come on, CJ, this is here we go.
Well, because it's your ancestors.
I thought I was going to find another white man.
Because it's me.
It doesn't matter, Jay.
For your ancestors.
It doesn't matter. Come on. If a white man worked right now today and worked himself to death, which has happened many times, the coal miners and other groups, and he dies, and his kids find out that he was not given what he was supposed to be given and goes to court, there's not a judge in America that would not say, give this man or woman the money that's owed them. So what I'm saying is, yes, the bill is high. The bill is super high, but the work was high. We built y'all a country. We built it with our hands and feet and our babies and our torture and everything. Pay us.
And see, this is a prime example, because when he gave that example of what happened to the Jews in Germany and how when they came up out of the Holocaust, they wasn't asked to have to go back under the tyranny of the Germans, right? They got up out of there. They fought for land, America, and the West helped them establish Israel, and they end up establishing Israel. We was told that after 265 years of tyranny and treachery and slavery, that we had to go back and be up under the people that enslaved us. So you had a whole group of people that's conditioned to see us a certain way. We had to go back under these people and prove that we was human. See, that's the part that people leave out, right? And like I said, whatever issues you got with the protected class, that's it. I'm not getting into that. My issue is on what we had to do, right? On what we had to do. So now we had to go be up under these people. So we had to go through Jim Crow, black code, segregation, redlining, all these different things under a group of people that was conditioned and trained to see us as primates. As primates, right? But then all of a sudden, they went out of their way to make sure we were underdeveloped, to make sure we will always be under the foot of these people, where we would be financially, mentally, psychological dependent upon this one group, because the end slavery was way too many residuals. It was worth too much money. So we have to always make sure we obtain, maintain, and control this group of people, because we were under them. Patrick Henry said, give me liberty and give me death. We was forced to be up under the same people that destroyed us, that stole us, that sold us. That's the part that nobody wants. And you think it had no psychological effect? But then you go around. So now Jake Shields knew this. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys out there. He knows the truth. But he doesn't care. This is entertainment for him because this is a badge of honor for him. For him and people that think like him, the W folks that think like him, what they've done around the world puts them on the pantheon of greatness. That's the way that they see it. You wasn't strong enough to take it. We are conquerors. And we're coming to pillage and conquer. They make movies about this. Who you think Jack Sparrow was? You think, like, come on, man. The Pirates of the Caribbean. They're coming to take and plunder and destroy. And if you're not strong enough to maintain it, we have a sovereign right to own it. It's ours. We have a sovereign right to control you. We have a sovereign right to civilize you. That's what they said. So why even have conversations with them as if they won't believe you deserve something based off of what they done to you? So when he gave the reference of the protected community, how when they went through what they went through, they was able to get away from those people. We haven't been able to get away from those people. And this is why I don't spend a lot of times on my channel no more talking about the protected class group because it don't make any sense. I have to spend more time waking up our people. I don't have the power to stop this stuff. That whatever good or bad that they're doing, I don't have no power to stop that. What I'm trying to do is exact some power to wake up my people so we can understand how we need to move. Because we've been forced to come back under the tyranny of people, of our enslavers. And their descendants who've been conditioned to see us a certain way. That's why so many of them, they don't care. Reparations, we've given you enough. They don't see you as human. And that's just the way it goes. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.